Think about it. We spent our entire childhoods preparing for a world that will no longer exist. We memorized things we never used. We learned answers no one asks. We sat in classrooms while the internet grew up without us. And now, for the first time, the world is learning faster than the schools that taught us. So here's the strange part. We might be the last generation to grow up in a school system that couldn't keep up. Because something changed, quietly, slowly. And now all the signs are showing. Jobs don't ask for degrees, people don't wait for teachers, skills don't come from classrooms, and the most powerful learning tools ever created didn't come from schools at all. This isn't a theory, it's a pattern. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. We are the last generation to go to school. And to understand why, you need to see the pattern. A pattern stretching from ancient civilization to the industrial age to the AI revolution that is reshaping everything we know about learning, work, and opportunity. Many, many years ago, there were no schools, no classrooms, no grades, no degrees. People learned directly from life. Blacksmiths teaching their children to forge metal. Healers teaching apprentices which plants softened pain. Carpenters teaching by showing. Hunters learning by watching. Elders learning by copying texts. Navigators learning by traveling with masters. Learning wasn't a separate stage of life. Learning was life. There were no schools, only teachers. But then the world changed, and learning changed with it. By the 1800s, nations were industrializing. Factories rising, cities growing, economies scaling. Governments needed workers, millions of them. Workers who could follow instructions, memorize procedures, sit still for long hours, do repetitive tasks, arrive on time, accept hierarchy, and fit into a machine. So the modern school system was created, not to create thinkers, but to create workers. Rows of children, ringing bells, age-based batches, standardized tests, memorization, uniforms, strict schedules, one teacher for many students, one right answer for everyone. The classroom was modeled after the factory, and the students were modeled after factory workers. For a long time, it worked. Education built the middle class, degrees unlocked careers, and jobs promised stability. But then the world changed again. And this time, school didn't. Over the last 20 years, work has transformed faster than school ever has. Technology created new industries faster than textbooks could update. The internet turned knowledge into something anyone could access instantly. People started learning skills online faster than universities to teach them. AI accelerated change beyond anything school was built for. Meanwhile, the average degree takes 4 years. The average skill becomes outdated in 2, and AI can learn an entire subject in minutes. School is slow. The world is fast. And the gap between them is exploding. We now have people graduating into jobs that no longer exist, companies hiring for skills schools don't teach, students memorizing information AI already knows, parents paying for degrees that guarantee nothing, and a system designed for factories in a world run by algorithms. When the world changes faster than the system preparing you for it, that system eventually collapses. But collapse isn't destruction. Collapse is a transformation. And this is where the future of learning begins. The modern world is shifting away from the education system we grew up with, and the shift is happening faster than anyone expected. The next phase of learning won't rely on classrooms, fixed schedules, or memorizing information. It will rely on something much older, and at the same time, much more advanced. Learning will return to a personal experience, but empowered by tools no other generation ever had. Instead of absorbing information because a curriculum demands it, people will learn what they need, when they need it, and at the pace that fits them. Knowledge won't be something stored in books or tests. It will be something you interact with directly. Instead of one system preparing everyone the same way, people will build their own learning paths. A teenager might learn programming by collaborating with developers online. Someone interested in architecture might study design principles with an AI tutor and then work on real projects inside virtual environments. Skills will form through hands-on practice, experimentation, and guided exploration, not through standardized scores. And the role of AI won't be to replace teachers or institutions, but to make learning accessible in a way schools never could. An AI tutor can adjust instantly to your level, explain concepts from different angles, track your strengths and weaknesses, and help you improve without pressure or judgment. It can give feedback the moment you need it. It can help you practice skills until they feel natural. It can open doors to subjects and opportunities that once required specialized programs or expensive degrees. As learning becomes more personal and continuous, the idea of finishing school will start to fade. People won't stop learning at age 18 or 22. They'll keep learning throughout their lives, adapting as the world changes. In the same way the ancient world relied on masters teaching apprentices, the future will rely on individuals building knowledge through mentorship, sometimes from people, sometimes from AI, sometimes from communities of practice. With millions of people learning independently, the classroom won't be the center of education anymore. It will become one option among many. Some will still choose traditional schools. Others will learn through work, collaboration, online networks, or self-directed study guided by intelligent tools. What matters won't be the institution you attended, but the skills you can demonstrate. The next generation won't define themselves by degrees. They'll ask one another what they are exploring right now. They'll grow, pivot, and reinvent themselves throughout their lives. Learning will be less about passing tests and more about understanding reality, solving problems, and creating new possibilities. As this shift takes hold, the familiar idea of school, the building, the bell, the schedule, the desk, will no longer be the main path into the future. The structure that shaped previous generations is giving way to something more flexible, more human, and more aligned with how people actually learn. And that is why the generation after us will experience education in a completely different way. Not as a stage of life, but as a lifelong process. Not as a system that ends, but as a journey that never stops.